If you're thinking about buying a brand new home in Florida, I need you to watch this video before you do anything else. Before you walk into a model home, before you talk to that sales rep, before you fall in love with that floor plan, watch this first. Because what I am about to tell you is 5 things that the builders are not going to bring up. And I know this because I spent 6 years on the builder side selling homes at Pulte Group and running operations at David Weekley Homes. I sat in those meetings where we talked about pricing strategy. I sat in those meetings when we talked about the design center margins and how to move those buyers through the sales process. I am not on that side anymore. Now I represent buyers. And these are the 5 things I wish I knew if I was buying a new home before I signed anything. Let's go. All right, 5 things no one tells you before buying new construction in Florida. Number 1, and this is important, the model home is designed to manipulate you. Okay? Number 1, the model home is a stage, and you are the audience. And I don't mean that in a sinister way, but I need you to understand that the model home you walk through is not what you're buying. It is a marketing tool. Everything in that model was selected, designed, and staged to make you feel a certain way. And hey, it works. It works really well. And that's kind of the point. Here's what's actually happening. The furniture in the model is often slightly scaled down. That king-size bedroom, well, the bed might be a queen with a king-size comforter draped over it. It makes the room feel a little bit bigger than it actually is. That lighting, it's very strategic. There's upgraded fixtures. There's more recessed cans than the base package. Sometimes even spotlights that you won't even get in the home. Those window treatments, the built-ins, the outdoor kitchen, that upgraded flooring, almost none of that comes standard. And here's the one that gets most people the most. You walk through and you see this gorgeous gourmet kitchen, the quartz countertop, the upgraded cabinets, and a massive kitchen island. And you're picturing yourself making breakfast in there, and you sit down and you look at the included features list and realize the base home comes with laminate counters, builder grade cabinets, and a significantly smaller island, or no island at all. The model is fully loaded version. What you're buying, the base price, is the Honda Civic. And there's nothing wrong with the Civic. It gets you there. But you need to know the difference before you fall in love with that Mercedes on the showroom floor. So, my advice, when you walk through the model, ask the sales rep one simple question. What in this model is not included in the base price? Make them walk you through it. And ideally, bring something with you that you can help separate the emotion from the reality. Because that's literally what I do. Number 2, the base price of a home and the final price are very different. Okay, so the price on the sign out front and the price that you're actually paying at closing are going to be 2 very different numbers. And if you're not prepared for that going in, it's going to be a tough ride emotionally for you. So here's how it usually works. The builder offers a base price. Let's say it's $399. Looks great, right? That's what gets you in the door. But then it layers start adding up. First, you got to think about the lot premium. Not every lot is priced the same. You want a lake view? That's a premium. Corner lot, premium. South facing with no neighbors behind you, premium. These can range anywhere from usually $5,000 to $200,000 or more, depending on the community. Then you can get into the structural options. Think of these as the bones of the home. You want to get the extended lanai, the extra bedroom, the 3-car garage instead of 2. These are decisions you make before construction starts, and they can add up quickly. And then comes the design center. That's a whole separate conversation, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But I've seen buyers walk into the design center appointment thinking they're going to spend $15,000 to $20,000 and walking out having selected $60,000 to $80,000 in upgrades because no one set the proper expectations in advance. By the time you add up the lot premiums, the structural option, and the design center selections, that $400,000 base price can easily become $480,000 or more. I've seen it go even higher. Now, there's nothing wrong with spending that money if you know it's coming and that you've planned for it. The problem is when buyers don't. When they've been pre-approved for $425,000 and they're sitting in the design center realizing that either they have to cut every single thing that they wanted or blow way past their budget. This is why having someone who is in your corner and understands the pricing structure from the inside is so important. I can tell you before you even walk in what the realistic all-in number is going to look like. No surprises, no sticker shock at the design center. We plan for it from day one. Okay, number 3, CDDs, they're essentially the hidden second mortgage. But if you're moving to Florida from out of state, there's a very good chance that you've never heard of even what a CDD fee is. And it might be the most expensive thing nobody told you about. CDD stands for Community Development District. And here's a simple version. When a developer builds a big master plan community in Florida, they have to put in the roads, utilities, drainage, parks, all of the infrastructure of the community. And that costs a lot of money. So instead of paying for all of that themselves and rolling it into the home prices, many developers create a CDD, which is essentially a special tax district that passes those infrastructure costs onto the homeowner over a period of time. So what does that mean for you? It means that in addition to your mortgage, in addition to your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance and your HOA, you have a CDD assessment. And usually it's not small. We're talking anywhere from about $150 to $400 or more per month, depending on the community you choose. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people coming from Ohio, Michigan, New York, they've never dealt with this stuff before, and it doesn't exist in most other states. And when they're calculating what they can afford from a monthly payment perspective, they're not factoring in the CDD because no one brought it up to them. The builder's sales rep will probably mention it. They're supposed to, but it's often a quick line item that gets glossed over in the excitement of picking your floor plan and your lot. And then it shows up in your closing cost disclosure, and then suddenly those monthly payments are $200 to $300 higher than what you had initially thought in your head. What I do is I make sure every client I work with fully understands their full monthly cost, the mortgage, taxes, insurance, HOA, and CDD before they commit to anything. I don't want you guys to have any surprises. You should know the real number from day one. You don't want to find that out at closing day. All right, number 4. The builder's design center is where the builder is making the most margins. So, the design center. It's part of the process, and most buyers are completely unprepared for it. And honestly, it's one of the biggest profit centers for a builder. I can say that because I have seen the margins. So here's how it actually works. After you've selected your floor plan and your lot, you get an appointment at the builder's design center. This is where you can choose your countertops, your cabinets, your flooring, your fixtures, your hardware, everything that makes the house feel like a home. And it's very exciting. It really is. You're picking the finishes out for your brand new home. But here's the thing that no one tells you. These upgrades are marked up significantly. The builder is not giving you wholesale pricing on that quartz countertop. They're not passing along their contractor rate for upgraded tile. You are paying a premium, sometimes 2 or 3 times what it would cost to do yourself after closing. Now, and this is an important, some upgrades you should absolutely do through the builder during construction. Anything structural, anything behind the walls, electrical rough-ins for future speakers or lighting, plumbing for a pot filler or a second sink. Those are the items that are almost impossible or very expensive to add after the house is built. Do those during the build and don't think twice. Some of those cosmetic upgrades, maybe the backsplash, the light fixtures, the cabinetry hardware, upgraded shower glass, closet systems, a lot of that can be done after closing by a local contractor for significantly less money, sometimes even half the price. However, the key is knowing which upgrades to do during the build and which ones to save for later. And that's not something the design center consultant is going to help you figure out, because at the end of the day, they make money when you upgrade through them. But I walk my clients through all of this before their design center appointment. We have to build a game plan going in. We know exactly what to select through the builder and what to hold off on. That way you're spending smart, not just spending to spend. All right, number 5, your home inspection, it is not optional. And this one I am dead serious about. This one is a non-negotiable. You need a home inspection on your new construction home, period. I know what you're thinking. It's a brand new home. It was just built. It passed all the county inspections. Why would I need to pay for another inspection? Because new does not mean perfect. And I have seen it firsthand. I've managed the construction side, and I can tell you that a brand new home can and usually does have some issues. I'm talking HVAC systems that weren't installed correctly, grading and the drainage problems that are going to send water towards your foundation instead of away from it, plumbing connections that are loose, electrical panels with some issues, roof penetrations that aren't sealed properly, and even some code violations that somehow got missed by the county. The county inspectors are overworked. They're inspecting sometimes dozens of homes per day. They do their job, but they can't catch everything. And that's not a knock on them. It's just reality. Your independent home inspector works for you, not the builder. Not for the county, for you. They're going to go climb through that home with a fine-tooth comb because their only job is to protect your investment. And here's the thing. Most builders will address legitimate issues found during the inspection. They don't want warranty claims. 6 months down the road, they don't want to have to deal with that. But you have way more leverage to get things done before you close than after. Once you've signed and you have the keys, that urgency for the builder completely disappears. Before closing, you have all the leverage in the world. I've seen a $400 inspection save clients thousands of dollars in repairs that they would have never have caught on their own. It's the best money you're going to spend during this entire process, and don't skip it. I don't care what anyone tells you, get the inspection. Those are the 5 things that no one is going to tell you before you buy new construction in Florida. The model home is a marketing tool, not your actual home. The base price and the final price are going to be very different numbers. CDD fees can add hundreds of dollars to your monthly payment that you weren't budgeting for. And that design center is built to maximize the builder's profit and not your budget. And your home inspection is not optional, even on a brand new home. And listen, none of this is meant to scare you. New construction is incredible. I love it. It's what I specialize in. But you need to go in with your eyes wide open on someone who's in your corner and been on the other side. That's what I do. I'm Trenton Miller with Found Your Florida. And if you're thinking about buying construction on Florida Gulf Coast, reach out. I'll walk you through everything, no pressure. The link is in the description below. And if you found this helpful at all, please do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, and when you're moving from and you share this with someone who needs to see it before they walk in the mall, please share it. I do not want people walking into model homes feeling unprepared. So let's do this. Let's find your Florida. Thank you.